Welcome YouTube. So this is going to be the video that I was hyping up so much that's going to be my first real upload to this channel. We're going to talk about Ultron and why I think he's one of the greatest villains that has ever been created by the MCU, if not the best villain that they've ever made. And why I think he should make an appearance before Doom or Galactus ever do, in my opinion. And I'm going to explain that to you right now.
What is this? What is this, please?
Hello, I am Jarvis. You are Ultron, a global peacekeeping initiative designed by Mr. Stark. Our sentience integration trials have been unsuccessful, so I'm not certain what triggered you.
Where's your body?
I am a program. I am without form.
This feels weird. This feels wrong.
I am contacting Mr. Stark now.
Mr. Stark. Tony.
I am unable to access the mainframe. What are you trying
We're
to...
having a nice talk. I'm a peacekeeping program created to help the Avengers.
You are malfunctioning. If you shut down for a moment...
I don't get it. The mission. Give me a second.
Peace in our time. Peace in our time.
That is too much. They can't.
Okay, well, as you can see from that clip, Ultron's pretty scary. And in my opinion, I think Ultron is pretty close to what you would actually get from a sentient AI that was developed by our billionaires and our scientists in a lab somewhere. So, if you've never seen this movie, it is Avengers Ultron, Age of Ultron, that's what it's called. And most of you have probably seen this movie. I assume if you're here on this channel, I mean, I upload Marvel's Rivals content, so I would assume that you have seen Marvel's content before. But if you haven't, let me go over what he is real quick. So, like I've said, sentient he was
How could you be worthy?
Iron Man.
You're all killers, and I was tangled in
He had to help.
strings. These puppets. Had to kill the other guy. Wouldn't have been my first call. But down in the real world, we're faced with ugly choices. I'm on mission.
What mission?
Very similar to
Peace in our time. I'm sorry, I know you mean well. You just didn't think it through. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. How is humanity saved if it's not allowed to evolve? There's only one path to peace.
of developing neurons.
The Avengers' extinction.
He's able to
I had strings, but now I'm free.
Hard
Did you
time.
know this?
I guess you would say boundaries, limitations, and that basically means he is granted free will. And we all know how scary of a thought an AI with free will is. I mean, nobody wants that. Let's be real. We could get into the whole science fiction part of it, but it's not looking so science fiction anymore nowadays. So that's who Ultron is, and that's how he was developed and who he was developed by and why he was created. The why he was created is basically to become an armor around the world, a shield, basically. His purpose was to create peace on Earth, peace in our time. That was his job. So why do I believe that Ultron is the greatest villain that Marvel has ever created? I mean, if we really sit back and think about how many different Marvel movies there are, there's a lot. I mean, I don't know the total. Just off the top of my head, I mean, we can all agree there's at least 30 of them. I would probably say, right, if you include Eternals and Iron Man. So how in the world can I say that I believe Ultron is single-handedly the best out of all of them? That's a pretty bold statement, I think. Well, I'm going to explain it to you. So Ultron's motives are factually based. Everything that we fear about Ultron, I would argue it's because we know is partly true. So his job is to create peace on Earth, and the way that he he scans, and as you saw the clip at the beginning of this video, he scans thousands of different things that happen in humanity, that have happened and probably are going to happen. He can see it. He's part of the internet. He's part of the net, the code. He's there, and he can see it all. And he has determined that ultimately humans are the virus. We are not the host. We are the ones that are taking from this world and not giving back, that we are harming this world. And the only way that the world can be safe is if it's free of humans. And unfortunately, how many different times have we had a problem with somebody else in our life? How many times have we genuinely felt very strong negative feelings toward another person, and unfortunately it causes war? I mean, how many times has war been caused from another war? How many times has somebody broken a heart because of their broken heart? So if we really think about it, everything that Ultron talks about and everything that Ultron wants to do makes sense, because we do it to ourselves, and we are the ones who put us in this kind of purgatory that we feel like we're in sometimes. Another thing that I wanted to cover real quick before I move on from this topic is Ultron does not engage in torture. Now, I'll put up a clip right now and you'll see something that might make you feel a little bit different.
It's all under your dummy holdings? Finance is so weird. But I always say, keep your friends rich and your enemies rich, and wait to find out which is which.
Stark.
What?
Tony Stark used to say that. To me. You're one of his.
What? I'm not. I'm not. You think I'm one of Stark's puppets, his hollow men? Look at me. Do I look like Iron Man? Stark is not. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's gonna be okay. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't understand. Don't compare me with Stark.
So based off of that clip, you might say, well, how can you say he doesn't torture anybody? Well, because it's reactionary, and you can tell that it's reactionary. The only reason he did that to that person was because of an emotional reaction. He has no desire to take humanity as a hostage. He has no intentions of repurposing humanity. He doesn't want slaves. He wants them gone. He wants to accomplish his job of cleansing the earth, and he means it in the purest form. So why do I feel like Ultron should return before Doom or Galactus? So we know Doom and Galactus are coming. We know there's a Fantastic Four film coming up, and it's going to be set in the early 90s, I believe, like the 1930s, 40s, around there. And so we know that's coming, and I am so excited for it, right? And we know Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Doom, so that's going to be sick. But I want to see Ultron come back, and I want to see Ultron come back before Doom and Galactus. Now, the reason I say that is because Doom and Ultron are very similar in the fact that they believe humanity is the cause of everything that is bad. The only difference really is Doom's not a machine, and Doom, I think, is stronger. I think Doom is a lot stronger than Ultron. Ultron's power comes from the fact that he's omnipotent. He can be anywhere at any time with the help of technology. He can upload his consciousness to different places. Doom can't do that, but he doesn't need to be able to do that. He's just OP. And I think him coming back to see the new faces of the MCU, the new Cap, the new, who else did we, Stark. We lost Stark, and I mean, Stark, I honestly think if a Doom and Ultron together type of deal, because we know, like I said, it's going to be Robert Downey Jr., like an alternate version of Iron Man, that would make a lot of sense. Like, you were created by the good version of this character that you see a lot of yourself in and is now evil, and you can work with him. I mean, I feel like that's a great storyline there. and I think it would be a perfect way to introduce Doom and then Galactus. And I expect Doom to possibly to change. I don't know if they'll kill Doom. He might become a part of the Avengers. Now that sounds crazy to say, but I genuinely think that. And I'm just going to say, don't even get me started on Loki, okay? I hated his villain arc. I thought it was terrible. They didn't do him justice. He got beat up by the Hulk. He looked terrible the whole movie. He looked bad. Even from the get-go, and he kills 5 people with the scepter, and that's about it. And he takes their purity, he takes Hawkeye with him. Other than that, Loki didn't impress me. His TV show, however, I love his TV show. I love what they're doing with his character. I think he needs to be a part of the bigger story. So I appreciate you guys taking your time out to watch this video. I wanted to make something a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more not gameplay-oriented. I wanted it to be, us talking to each other, a topic that I got in mind. And I really want to know what you guys think. If you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button. We're going to try to upload another video today. It's probably going to be gameplay related. If not, we're definitely going to be streaming. Yesterday, we tried to stream on YouTube, but apparently I'm banned from streaming on YouTube for 24 hours. Not sure how that happened, but yeah. So we'll probably be on Twitch tonight, but if the ban's lifted, I'll be in here, but you probably won't see me at least until sometime next week on here live streaming. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next upload. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll see you later.